How you doing, Bubba Dirkens here? Thank you so much for joining me. I sure do appreciate it. Well, not Georgia. I'm sorry. They should have made it, but they're one of the best teams. But they lost 2 games. No, the Oklahoma-Alabama game, it's over. It's done. And guess who won the game? Let me duck out of the camera right here to see if we can imagine who won the game. Yep, Alabama won, just like we thought. Alabama wins the game. I'm going to tell you right now, they beat them like, I don't even know a good analogy there. I'm trying to think there. I mean, what do you say? They beat them like the little mats in your car that you put your feet on to get the dust out of? Do you say you beat them like a old drunk guy beats a trailer girl? Do you say that Alabama beat Oklahoma like a bunch of kids who could see versus a bunch of kids who couldn't see? I don't know. I don't know what you want to say. And I want to put this out there. I know I have a bunch of good Georgia fans who follow me, and I appreciate you. I really, really, really do. But there's some of you right now who believe you should be in the college football playoff. Or they should put the best team in. The best team who could lose to LSU by like 20 points. What meth have you been smoking? Well, we're playing our best ball now. You should have been playing your best ball all season. So just go away. Shoo. Go over there. Go. I know. Go. I know you've had good recruiting seasons. I know you can tell me your rank as far as recruiting. Go away, Georgia. Go. 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 Go bye-bye. Bye. Even your number 1 recruit you said was better than Trevor Lawrence, who, by the way, is still with our team. He's leaving. Go. Just go on, Georgia. Now, for my good Georgia fans, I appreciate you. I value you. But for all this stuff we should have been in, you shouldn't have lost to LSU by like 20. You should have thought about that before you did it, you bunch of buttheads. Thank you so much for joining me. Right now, look, I'm far from an Alabama fan, but we have Clemson versus Alabama at number 4. And out of the 4, 3 of them have been for the national championship. Yeah. I burped right there. And you could possibly hear it. Beautiful night. Beautiful night. I'm going to do a Clemson reaction in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and do my Alabama reaction. Look, Alabama, I have absolutely no dog in the fight. No pun intended, though the dogs were left out because they, got massacred by an anemic offense of LSU. Y'all go ahead and go complain. Y'all go over there. We're in the playoffs. You're not. You're playing against Texas in the next few days. So y'all go get ready for that one and try not to blow it like you did against LSU and then give up a 14-point lead to Alabama. You give up 21 points in 18 minutes. Go ahead. Y'all want to go crying and all that bunch of crap. How many losses do we cut it off that you can have that you can no longer get in the playoff? Is it 4, 3, 2? Go away, Georgia. My good Georgia fans, I'm like happier here, but like Georgia, listen. There's a lot of you who's talking trash about Clemson, Oklahoma, and Notre Dame. But you control your own destiny, and you do a real bad job of it. Like you sucked at it. So go away. Go there. Go play in the road. A very busy road. Go on over there. Wait, you can't blame Mark Richt anymore. Go on over there. We got the number 4 recruiting class in the country. You still can't win. Go out there and play in the road. There's a transfer truck. Maybe it'll put you out of your misery. Clemson, Alabama, as we already knew it. Oklahoma, let me go ahead and say this to Oklahoma. Oklahoma was the very first team in the offseason that I actually did a preview of that was not Clemson. And do you know how many of them jokers watch my videos? Zero. I believe it's because I told the truth. I know that sounds stupid. I know that sounds ridiculous. I think it's because I told the truth. I said that Oklahoma had a really good offense. We didn't know how well Kyler Murray was going to do. We didn't know he was going to win the Heisman Trophy. I mean, it's easy to look back and go, well, I sang it and I called. Oh, shut up. Go drink more alcohol or something. Go take your pill. Go hang out in the home that your family dredged you away in so they wouldn't have to deal with you. You didn't know that. We've seen a bunch of players like Kyler Murray come out and not do nothing. It is what it is. Alabama did what they do. The score looks a lot better than what it was. Clemson, Alabama, it is what it is. Got a bunch of people trading shots at each other right now on the board. But I just want to say this to everybody. Everybody that could be watching. I want everybody to feel at home here in this moment. So everybody take a minute and put your fingers up to your ear like this. And go. And quietly repeat after me. We are not Clemson or Alabama. And now exhale. That was fun, wasn't it? Follow me here. Here's the next one. Though we want to accuse both teams of cheating and using performance-enhancing drugs known as PEDs, we know that's not the truth. Listen to me right now. You can go ahead and blame Clemson all you want to for performance-enhancing drugs and all that bunch of bullcrap. Turn around and say whatever you want about Alabama. And I hope we beat the living excrement out of them. I hope that we beat them so bad that they say this was a poor excuse of a national championship. But all I want is that we win. But what I can say to all of you out there who's not Clemson or Alabama is you're not us. You're not in the big game. You talk a big game. You talk about your recruits. You talk about who you bring in, but you're not us. No. Bring it in. Do you realize that Miami, who got absolutely every hair on their adult body ripped off by Wisconsin, who, by the way, was a massive letdown. Do you realize? Look in my eyes. Do you realize that meant nothing? Listen to me. Your team can recruit all you want to. You can get all jacked up about who you've recruited in, who they are, what they're doing, who their daddy was or is. But that means nothing. It's Clemson, Bama, number 4. Last year, no offense to him, we had a quarterback who couldn't throw the ball downfield. He's a good athlete. He can make it in the NFL, just not as a quarterback, whether he likes it or not. He can go transfer to every freaking school in the world. But he ain't going to be a quarterback in the NFL. He can get mad and call his mama. He can start crying. He ain't going to be but he can play in the NFL, make more money than all of us who could argue about it. That's a compliment. I'm excited. If you can't tell, you have the perception of a maggot. I'm excited. This is great. Lord, this is great. I don't have to try tonight. It's like, who else aside from Alabama do I have to talk about? Well, if we would have won this game, you wouldn't have been here. If you couldn't have won your game against the piss poor talent that you're playing against, whether they're good or great, do you really think you would have won tonight? Forget Alabama. Let me talk about Notre Dame fans and the piss they talk against me. Well, you don't know the F and this and the GD and that and the F and... What is wrong with y'all? I thought y'all were like a Catholic school. Do y'all really believe what y'all preach, or you just one of those morons who believes I can do my bad as long as I do my good? Go jump off a bridge. Go do your bad and don't do any good. If I'd offended some of you, you're ultra sensitive and get off my channel. I don't want your subscription. Go get lost. It is what it is. There's 4 teams out of all these hundreds of teams who could have made it tonight. And do you see what happened to them? Oklahoma, let me say that. SEC dog, unless you're an Alabama fan, you can go jump off a cliff. Because the rest of the SEC, aside from Georgia and Alabama, is a piss job. Go jump off a cliff. Forget that we play in the ACC. Forget that. We'll go play any one of your teams unless it's Alabama, and I guarantee it's a win. It's a win. We just played Notre Dame, who's better than most of the SEC, and we beat them 10 times their score. They scored 30, we scored 30. Good luck to you. SEC dog, I'll go ahead and talk trash with you. I really don't care because, you know why? I'm happy. Kentucky sucks. Vanderbilt sucks. Ole Miss sucks. South Carolina got blanked 28-0 by, Virginia? I mean, come on. Mississippi State has a defense. They have no offense. You have LSU who's living like, whoa, boy, we sure are good. What, on the defensive side, you can't score. I mean, my God. I mean, Lord. It's good Lord. That's hilarious. Aside from Alabama, how many of you have won a national championship even recently? None. But Clemson has. I'm loving this. Notre Dame Nation says, Bobby, you can't talk because ACC has only one good team. I only care about one good team. I'm not a conference guy. All these douchebags who is conference people, I don't care about conference. If Duke goes out in football tomorrow and wins the national championship, do you think I'm going, ACC? I could care less. And if you have more than pus from range, you would care less too. That's if you do. You do realize that if tomorrow somebody hits their heads, some talent's exposed, I don't know what it is, and Vanderbilt wins the national championship, you do realize that Kentucky, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, there's so many of you, Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, just keep going. Y'all realize y'all don't win the national championship. Only Vanderbilt does. If they were to do it, they're not going to. But if they were to do it, you realize that, right? Georgia ain't going to be patting up, whoa, boy, we won the national championship. No, Vanderbilt did. I mean, my God, if you're smoking meth, at least smoke the good kind. Oh, I'm loving it right now. I'm loving it. Let me go ahead and be here's the deal. Alabama wins it. Tomorrow, Alabama wins it. Nobody else. We playing the toughest league ever. Are you that stupid? I mean, like, are you that stupid? You won nothing. We playing the League of Champions. But you're not it. Go die somewhere. I've got Georgia fans. Let me go ahead and stop this. I'm going to say this one more time. I've got some good Georgia fans. I have pulled for these guys right here. In 1998, they were 3-8. And the third win came against South Carolina. In Clemson, I can tell you the running back. I won't even mention his name. I can tell you the running back who ran that ball in for the score. I know him. Okay? I know him. Not like it's like a name I know. I know him who ran it in. But can I tell you this? I've been pulling for them well before then. When my daddy was painting the hall in our house. And I was like 3 years old. And I said, go South Carolina. Because they were listening to Clemson South Carolina game. And my dad, who is the nicest guy in the world. If y'all knew him, y'all love him way more than me. I'm a piece of crap compared to my dad. He stopped painting and he went, son, we don't pull for South Carolina. We're Clemson Tigers. And from that point on, it was like, boom, there we go. We don't pull for those much of chickens. My dad was right. So if today, if you're in the SEC and you're wanting to go, SEC, SEC, there's only 2 teams in the SEC who's worth a piss. Alabama and Georgia. And then all of you, well, we got to get shut up. What are you doing right now? We got to get a recruiting crap. So did Texas A&M a couple of years ago, and look what they look like. I mean, I know the texture in some dog turds that have more promise right now than Texas A&M. So stop your old chanting. Yes, you can do your whole chanting, but I can get rid of you. I can delete your comments because you're so stupid. Clemson wins, Alabama wins. We knew it. It was us 2 teams and the rest of y'all. I don't feel bad about gloating about how good we are. You know why? Because I pulled for them when Clemson sucked. I pulled for them during the early to mid 2000s when they lost 4 ball games by the total of 14 points. And if any of you have enough toast to do that math, that's like 2 or 3 points per game. Think about the absolute ulcers that had to be going on in my stomach. But what did I do? I continued pulling for these guys because I love those guys. Even though they annoyed the crap out of me, even though their administration hired people, I was sitting there going, are they drunk when they hired these people? I've been pulling for these guys for a long time. I'm not like some of you Alabama fans. You've been Alabama fans your entire life. Much respect for you. There's some of you are sitting around, you're rolling around, you got that big A riding on the side, you're talking about Saban, and you've got all these statistics, but you know what you don't have? You've not been loyal to Alabama when back in 2007, they sucked butthole. Like there was crust falling from their butthole that you wouldn't even pick up, that real fans would. If you're a real fan of Alabama and you're pulling for them, that's okay. But if you're one of those people like, oh, but who's winning? That's who I'm pulling for. Let me get some flags to stab on the outside of my vehicle while I'm riding down the road. Oh, let me tell you let me Google a bunch of facts about Saban and stuff. Go away. Go die somewhere. To my good Georgia fans, I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you. But to you bad Georgia fans who's sitting here going, well, this committee was in between picking what is fair and who's the best team. You lost to LSU so bad. Take this mug. What would be bad if I did with this mug? Throw it through this window over here that you can barely see? That would be bad. But what happened if I took this mug and I walked in there to my wife, I opened this door over here, and I beat her in the head with it till she was dead? But when people come to my defense, they went, we know Bobby beat her into not only retardation, but into death. He's a good guy. That's what you Georgia fans are doing. We're the best team. We're the best team, and we should have been in. We should have been in. Then you shouldn't have lost to LSU, you bunch of buttheads. Any good Georgia fans? I'm fine with that. Notre Dame shouldn't have been in. They're not in a conference. What? So Notre Dame can join a conference so they can be told if Alabama doesn't really meet up to the standards, but they're playing their best ball, they can join the other teams from other leagues of being told, well, you know what? We're glad you're in a conference. We're glad you won your conference. But you're not good enough to be in the playoff. But you're in a conference. Good for you. That's the stupidest line of thought I've ever had in my entire freaking life. Ever. There's people who could have prescribed to me to drink and puke. It would have made more sense than that. It just is what it is. Georgia, if you are pissed, don't blame me. Don't go find that committee who I think is... Don't blame Alabama. Don't blame the media. Drive down to Athens and blame your coach. Why you lost by so many points to LSU. Go blame your coach who was up by 28-14 to Alabama. And you gave up 21 points in 18 minutes. It's not me who was coaching that. Dabo would have won. Because whether you like how he jumps up on the side. I've heard some of you talk about him. I don't like how he jumps up and down. I think he's a sleazebag. He loves his family, but I don't like that. You know why most of that is because most of us are sitting here hoping that everybody will be sleazebags so we can be sleazebags. Right? Go ahead and admit it to yourself. You're hoping that everybody else has to cheat so you can use it as, well, everybody has to cheat to be good. You piece of maggot scum. Dexter Lawrence, you know that Osterine, it only has 24-hour shelf life. He can be in and out of your system in 24 hours. That's why y'all are cheating. That's why y'all are so good. Tell whatever you have to do. All I want you to know is that the national championship game only has Alabama and Clemson in it. These guys, they'll be in it, and Alabama will be in it. Even if it's a blowout, or if Clemson wins, whether they lose, they're in it. But guess who's not in it? Let's count. Georgia, though they feel like they should be in it. Just win more games, you'll be fine. It's like Seth, what's that name? Seth, what's his face? Who was a coach of Virginia Tech. He kept complaining about being left out of the suite, or out of the big dance in the NCAA. Hey, Seth, here's a big deal. You want to be in the big game? Win more games, you'll be fine. You can take your future into your own hands instead of letting other people decide. So, with that said, let's talk about the teams. If you're pissed right now, it's fine. If you're not them, you know these guys. 4 years in a row. It's no big deal. They won a national championship, continue to have great recruiting classes. If you're Georgia, blame your coach. If you're Oklahoma, you shouldn't have been down 28-0. If you're LSU, well, you shouldn't, show up to only play one side of the ball and not play offense. If you're Ohio State, you shouldn't lose 49-20 to an Auburn team, or to a Purdue team who ends up losing to an Auburn team. At halftime, it was 56-7 Auburn. Can you imagine that? We've got a bunch of stuff going. Shut up. If a guy beats his wife, he should be thrown out. Now, if she's a psychopath, she should be thrown out too, but yeah. Michigan. Are y'all really happy paying that much money for that little bit of results? Well, we thought. Yeah, you should find somebody else to think for you because your thinking base is stupid. I'm thinking here. Just keep it going. Keep going ahead. This is great. Like right now, I might wet myself. I might feel my pants full. In fact, this chair just throw it out. It's Clemson, Alabama in the national championship again, and no matter who wins. No much of your logic or crying or screaming or complaining can change it. Notre Dame, you showed up and you got beat 30-3. I mean, every other play we stumped the ball. Whether we had the ball or you had the ball when your players was getting hurt. We're not playing dirty. It is what it is. This is great. This is great. Well, anyway, listen to me. I'm going to go now. Because my wife wants to see me without my shirt off. And though you might not think it's a treat, it is. I have a bunch of people right now shooting a bunch of crap at me right now. Look, Clemson, win or lose, is back in the national championship for 3 out of the 4 years. So, yeah, go away, get mad, go ahead and spew out any stupidity that you want to, but guess what? We're good. We're in, you're not. It's just Clemson, Alabama. These guys. See that right there? Those guys plays Alabama. Win or lose, we're in. You're not. We got a good recruiting class. We're top 4. We're top 5. So was Miami. We saw how pissy they were. Wisconsin returned so many players on their team. They should have been. I mean, as pissy of a conference. They should have been in the college football playoff talk. And they played in a bowl that's about as big as my fingernail once I cut off the excess without cutting into the quick. Yeah, that bad. Doesn't matter. Yeah. And then I got some of you talking about basketball in here. I could care a rat's rear end about basketball. So y'all go ahead and go watch your basketball game. And have fun. And, yeah. Go enjoy your basketball. I hate basketball. It's like bleh. I mean, you get into the NBA and they're acting like shooting a ball into the hoop is like some type of spiritual experience. It's not. It's good form with the ball into the hoop. You're not the greatest thinker of all time. No matter what goes through in between your ears and spits it out, doesn't mean everything that comes out of there is a great idea. It could be a bad idea. It's just you're so confident and stupid in yourself that you think you could shoot a ball that well that you think that everything is good from that point, which is totally wrong. Totally wrong. Great day. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to let y'all go, and then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about Clemson and Notre Dame. Y'all be good. Remember, you keep showing up. Lord knows, I'll keep showing out. Bobby Dirkens.